Hello, Life Point Church. Welcome back for day 4 on our lesson in Unwavering Faith. We left off yesterday talking about a little bit more about the doctrine of compromise and how we do not want to follow that doctrine. We don't want to have a spirit of compromise, but we want to be strong and we want to be focused on the gospel of Jesus Christ. We want to stand for what is right. We want to be against what is wrong. And we want to be unafraid to stand up and say, I'm not going to take part of this. I'm not going to participate in this because it is against the Word of God. And we discussed how that can be difficult, and in this day and age, it's become increasingly difficult. But where we're going to go with this today is, having unwavering faith, especially in these kind of circumstances, it's based on a clean conscience. John knew that his words before King Herod would be confining to the body, but liberating to the soul. So in other words, he knew that his words could essentially end up resulting in death or physical harm to his body, but it was something inside of him that he could not contain because it was the Word of God. It was what he was given to speak. It was what he was put there to say. Unwavering faith gives us more than just a sense of purpose. It gives us peace in our innermost being that steers us away from emotional turmoil and emptiness. John was not trying to be confrontational, but sometimes righteousness forces us to confront sin. Tolerance is not happiness. Silence is not golden when faced with ungodliness. Taking a stand keeps our spirit clean. A clean conscience conflicts with iniquity. Genesis 3:15 says, "And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." Enmity means hatred or hostility. It's where the word enemy actually comes from. Unwavering faith knows that taking a stand for righteousness will not be popular. No, it would not be a popular decision. Our commitment to faith is based on the clean conscience of doing the right thing regardless of the fallout. Picture yourself maybe standing in a situation, maybe you've been in a situation before, of being a bystander and seeing something wrong take place. Can we just stand there and allow that to take place? Or are we going to be one of the people that step up and say, hey, that's not right. You shouldn't be doing that. Hey, that's not right. And again, that takes the look of confrontation, doesn't it? And we're saying, well, who are you to say what's right and what's wrong? So we need to have a clean conscience at that point, and we need to be able to be strong and to say, this is against the Word of God. You shouldn't be hurting that person. Or this is against the Word of God. Hey, you shouldn't be treating that person like that. Or hey, this is against the Word of God. That's sin. That's wrong. You shouldn't be taking part in that. We need to be able to have that inside of us and not squash it and not keep it down. How many times I wonder, even myself, where I've been in a situation like that and I've maybe kept my mouth shut when I shouldn't have. And, afterwards you feel that just inside of you, and it just wants to come out because it's the truth. It's what God has put there. But when we squash it, it burns inside of us, doesn't it? And it leaves this thing inside of us that just feels nasty because we didn't get it out. We allowed something to happen maybe that shouldn't have happened, and we did not stand for righteousness and truth in that time. So we need to be sure that we have a clear conscience before God and that we would put these things out the way that we need to. Our commitment to our faith is based on a clean conscience of doing the right thing regardless of the fallout. The 3 Hebrew young men refused to compromise their faith, despite the fact that they had no guarantee of deliverance. That unwavering faith gave them favor in the fire. This is the greatest faith of all, a faith that says, it does not matter if God answers, this is who I am, and this is how I'm going to live. If God does not answer, then it will not change my course of action. Faith based on an immediate answer is not faith at all. Faith based on trust does not need a response. It's unwavering faith. Faith that finds favor because it does not require it. Faith that finds favor because it does not require favor. It's that part of not knowing. Like the Hebrew boy said, Our God is able to deliver us from this fire, but if not, we're still not going to change. We're still not going to change who we are. That's His decision, but we know that this is what He has instructed us to do, so we're going to do it regardless of the consequences. We must not live for God for the sole purpose of getting favor or receiving a blessing. We are not entitled to anything from God. What if God does not get you a job? What if God does not heal your body? What if God does not answer? To go back to the Hebrew boys, we will still not bow. We will still walk with God. We will still believe. We will still love. Unwavering faith is sincere faith. Though John asked Jesus if he were the Messiah, what he was really asking Jesus was, if you are the Messiah, why am I in prison? At this point, faith becomes trust. Hebrews 11:1 says, now faith is the substance for things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. But trust does not require evidence. Trust does not require substance. Trust does not have a conditional requirement. Trust is settled. This is the place that Job had to get to. Job 13:15-16 says, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. But I will maintain my own ways before him. He shall also be my salvation, for a hypocrite shall not come before him. And then Job 23:8-10 says, behold, I go forward, but he is not there, and backward, but I cannot perceive him. On the left hand, where doth he work? But I cannot behold him. He hideth himself in the right hand, so that I cannot see him. But he knows the way that I take, and when he has tried me, I will come forth as gold. And that's amazing, especially when you consider all that Job went through and everything that he lost. He understood that this is trust. This is sincere faith. This is unwavering faith. That no matter what's going on around me, no matter who may come against me, no matter what consequence may present itself, I'm going to stand firm in my walk with God. I am going to stand firm and not bow to the wishes of the enemy. But I'm going to keep my eyes focused on the prize and keep my faith unwavering. I hope that this has encouraged you today. I look forward to sharing the rest of this lesson with you tomorrow. Have a great day.